Y'all killing me with this.
Because we're running late on some time, we're going to skip ahead a little bit. We're going to talk about Mr. Hammer's cancellation. Listen to him talk about this shit, and then listen to how unsettling it is when Tom and Christina, like, relate to it so much. You know what I mean? Like, they should be asking funny questions, yes, but they should be kind of, like, chipping away at this guy a little bit. If I had him on the show right here, I'd be like, tell me what it was like to eat the hide of a bitch, you know? It's like, I want to hear the dirty shit. I want you to out yourself on my show. That's what they need to be doing here. They need to be doing gotcha journalism, Pierce Morgan style shit, okay? Instead, they kind of praise this guy for how crazy he is. Listen to this.
Much more fun to focus on than the fact that I can't leave my living room. You know, and everyone was just like, let's dogpile on this story. And then stories kept coming out and kept coming out and kept coming out. And it's this, too. There's a clip of you guys talking where you say, Tom said to me when we first started dating that he wanted to smash my head open and eat my brains or whatever it is. And you say, no, that's not what I said. All I said is I love you so much I want to smash your head into the dresser.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And I saw that and I was like, these are my people.
Yeah.
It's like, these are my people.
Well,
But by the way, now imagine if you guys broke up and Christina took her part of that conversation out and only released, Tom said he wanted to smash my head into a dresser and said it with a straight face. Everyone would go, he's obviously a domestic abuser.
I gotta say, man, I fucking like you.
Wait, soundboard, do your fucking job. What the fuck? Look at this asshole. Is that not crazy? So, like, Armie's sitting there going, yeah, I saw a clip of you guys, man. And Christina was saying, like, oh, yeah, Tom, one time he texted me and said he wanted to smash my head open and eat my brains, right? And Tom goes, that's not true. That's not what I said. What I said was, I wanted to smash your head into a dresser because I love you so much. You know what I mean? Neither of those are good, right? So Mr. Hammer, he goes, yeah, and I saw that clip. And I was like, these are my people. They get it. They know what it's like to be taken out of context. So imagine now, Tom, if Christina just took the part where you said you wanted to smash the head out of the dresser, you know, and left out everything else, it'd still be the same. It'd be the same. Like, if I saw the text messages, I wouldn't be like, oh, he said he loves her, so he wants to smash her head into the dresser. That makes it better. No, that makes it weirder, actually. Like, that makes it even more sadistic. You know, that's like some Jeffrey Dahmer shit. Jeffrey Dahmer looking at you with his weird ass voice. I want to smash your head into the dresser. Yeah. You know, that's creepy. You know, so for Tom to sit here and go, after Armie explains all this, for Tom to sit here and go, you know what, man? I like you, bro. You're awesome, bro. Like, that's weird.
Released, Tom said he wanted to smash my head into a dresser and said it with a straight face. Everyone would go, he's obviously a domestic abuser.
I gotta say, man, I fucking like you. I think most of our intimate conversations involve things that are extremely offensive.
Sure.
You know, about all types of things.
We don't need you to try to justify this shit to us, okay? This is not what we need right now. They're gonna sit here and try to, like, normalize the kink to you. They're like, all this kinky shit that Armie's doing, they're gonna try to, like, normalize it to you, to the point to where I'm pretty sure Armie actually says, like, he goes, yeah, if I'm sitting at home drunk or high or stoned and I text a girl and I say, hey, I want to just cut your toe off and keep it in my back pocket so I have a piece of you everywhere I go, that's cute. There's nothing wrong with that. I should be able to say that to a girl and she should not be scared for her life. You know, they kind of, like, do this whole thing like that. That's not how this shit works, my friend. This is not the type of behavior we need to be normalizing in Hollywood or anywhere else, my friend.
Bit in my pocket, so I got a piece of you everywhere.
Look, these time codes are a little off right now.
Yeah, and like I like the idea that
it's a control thing.
That you are so completely mine.
Yeah,
I can do whatever I want, and you love it because you know you're mine, and like this possession kind of thing. Like, that's just fun to talk about.
So
by the way, especially if you're like drunk or stoned or high at night and you're texting, and while you're saying it, you're like chuckling to yourself, like, I'm going to fucking cut your toe off and keep it in my pocket so I got a piece of you everywhere I go.
I think I've actually said that.
What are you, fucking nuts, dude? Tom has actually said that before. Look, Tom trying to be funny, he goes, I think it'd be hilarious to say that I've actually said that to Christina before, bro. Like, I'm a comedic genius, bro. I'd pay all the bills in this goddamn motherfucker with this kind of humor on a daily. This is awesome. So listen. Oh, goddamn, I'm starting to get tired. This recording's fucking me up. So now listen to the way that they sit here and try to make this as if like it's not a big deal. It's these rich people like Armie Hammer. You know why they're so into this, like this shit where they go, like, I wanna like own a girl. Like, I want to tie a girl up so she feels like she's nobody else's but mine. You know, it's because they can't buy. They've bought everything. The money that they have, so much money that there's like, they look at like, well, what can't I buy? You know what I mean? But like nothing even gets exciting when I buy it anymore. Like when you save up for something, right? Like let's say you save up for like a new MacBook, right? You buy the MacBook, that you're checking that tracking every fucking day. You're like, hey, when's this thing gonna get here? You get all excited, you know, because it's this new thing, this new expensive thing that you had to save up, you had to earn it. You had to earn that. But if you were just rich, buying a $2,300 MacBook, that wouldn't seem like much to you. It'd be like a drop in the bucket, comparatively speaking, to your riches. So these rich fucks, they go, what can't I buy? You know what I mean? I got it all. I can't buy a person. That's what I can't buy, right? So that's how they get drawn to this kink of like wanting to tie people up and possess them and shit. Chop their toes off, you know what I mean? Keep them in their back pocket so they got pieces of them everywhere they go. This is where this shit stems from, right? So right out the rip, not having or having a shit ton of money is not a normal thing. So then you start throwing in this behavior like this is not a normal thing. So for them to sit here and be like laughing about it, like, and Armie goes, I'm chuckling when I'm typing this shit to this girl, man. Like, I'm going to kill this bitch, man. We're all laughing. I'm drunk and high and stoned at home. That's not how this works, bro. You shouldn't be saying all this as if we're just supposed to accept it and be like, yo, Armie Hammer's cool, man. He's back, bro. Like, no.
Idea that
It's a control thing.
that you are so completely mine.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want and you love it because you know you're mine, and like this possession kind of thing, like that's just fun to talk about.
So you
and by
would-
the way, especially if you're like drunk or stoned or
Yeah.
high at night and you're texting,
Yeah,
and while
of
you're
course.
saying it, you're like chuckling to yourself,
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna fucking cut your
So-
toe off and keep it in my pocket so I got a piece of you everywhere I go.
Change my state of mind.
Ladies and
Love
gentlemen,
so hard to find.
we got him.
It's America's next most wanted serial killer right here. We're going to let this guy back in movies and he's going to end up being like, what's that guy? Who's the guy he got canceled for like fucking a bunch of dudes in Hollywood? Kevin Spacey. That's the one. This guy's going to be worse than Kevin Spacey. Watch. He's like, yeah, I want to keep a piece of you in my pocket everywhere I go, man. Like, and you thought that was weird, right? And you are right. That is weird that he says that. He keeps saying weird shit throughout this interview. Like, the weirdest, strangest goddamn metaphors you've ever fucking heard. You know? Like, listen to this next one that's going to come out of his mouth. This shit is wild.
Be fast and loose. And I was being a selfish asshole, like, for sure. I was using people to make me feel better. People were my bags of dope with skin on it. Like,
What the fuck?
Bro, this is the shit that I'm saying. When you hear this stuff, like, it's one thing to, all right, you're into some kinky stuff and you want to go on a podcast and you go, man, I was misunderstood, bro. Like, other people are into this same sexy, kinky stuff like me, and we should be able to talk about it in the open amongst adults. Yeah, okay, you want to advocate for that, that's cool. When you're advocating for that, you cannot be saying these crazy-ass, creepy metaphors like, I was using people as if they were my bags of dope with skin on them. That's not how that works. Like, when you say stuff like that, it makes us feel like you haven't changed at all. Like, you're still that creepy, fucking weird guy behind closed doors. And that when you say this kind of shit, You're trying to leave like breadcrumbs to let us know, almost like you're playing a sick little game. Like, yeah, I can go out in public and say all this shit. I'll even push the envelope a little bit and watch. I'll be like a wolf in sheep's clothing to these people. They won't even realize that I'm still the same guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I'm hearing here. Listen to he's basically talking about how he used to love bomb these bitches. He would love bomb the shit out of a girl, take her on all these crazy vacations, whip the fuck out of her, like chop a couple limbs off, maybe take some skin tags home for lunch, and then just ditch them, right? So he's basically talking about how he just uses these girls up and throws them by the wayside. And this is the metaphor you want to use in that situation. Right.
These conditions. I'm saying yes, thinking that I can get all of these things. And then when they don't get all of those things, it's very easy to revoke conditional consent.
So it's almost like it just needs to be a more extensive.
I also want to say that, like, I was playing pretty fast and loose, and I was being a selfish asshole, like, for sure. I was using people to make me feel better. People were my bags of dope with skin on it. Like, having people want to have sex with me, having sex with people, doing all that stuff, like, it gave me a sense of power. It gave
and the craziest part is, like, he says that, he goes, people were like my bags of dope with skin on them. And Christina's in the background, and because she thinks she's a fucking psychiatrist. Like, Christina legitimately thinks she's a psychiatrist. So she's sitting in the background going, so true. Like, he's saying this shit. She's like trying to like sit there as if she's like some therapist going like, right. Like, she's writing it all down. Like, I'm going to analyze this guy. Like, watch me, Tom. I'm going to analyze him. Like, you ain't going to analyze shit. This guy's going to kill somebody one day. Watch. And this is so funny. They start talking about the family's riches and stuff like that, right? And they go, oh, what's it like to be like that rich? Did you see anything that, like, you know, was kind of crazy and blah, blah, blah? And he starts talking about, like, you know, people that they have a lot of riches. People think it's like some walk in the park, but you know what they say? Mo money. Mo what? You know what I mean? Like, so watch this guy. This is hands down the whitest guy you've ever met, right? And he tries to start quoting, what is that, like some Biggie lyrics, right? Like that. And he starts going, you know what they say? Mo money, mo problems. But he says it like in the whitest way possible. I'm trying to think of what movie. There was like a movie where some actor says it like exactly the way that he's saying it right here. Like, it's almost like, I thought he was, it almost feels like he's doing this on purpose to seem like more of like a ditz, you know, to us.
Insane amounts of wealth. And it's kind of like what, you know, Biggie was talking about, where he's like, mo money, mo problems.
Yeah, sure.
And now,
yeah, see, I got to back it up. I don't know why, but for some reason, the time codes on this one particular episode are like shifted like a couple seconds. I can't tell you why. It seems like every time I start a time code, it starts in like the middle of the story that I intended it to be at. So bear with me here.
So for 300,000 years of Homo sapien history, you were well off if you're like, we fucking harvested enough grain to get us through the winter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then that agrarian culture is like just ending really on the timeline of humanity. So now you have people who have amassed insane amounts of wealth. And it's kind of like what, you know, Biggie was talking about, where he's like, mo money, mo problems.
Yeah. Sure.
And now mo money, mo access, and like mo money, mo whatever you want to do, you can do it.
Mo money, mo what? Like, listen to the way he says this shit. You know, it's just like that Biggie song where he says, mo money, mo problems. But then it becomes mo money, mo access. Mo money, mo dicks in your ass. Mo money, mo tying ropes around bitches' mouths and cutting their limbs off. It becomes mo a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
You know, Biggie was talking about, where he's like, mo money, mo problems.
Yeah, sure.
And now mo money, mo access, and like mo money, mo whatever you want to do, you can do it. And I don't think human beings are built for that.
They're not built for that.
Yeah.
I think you're right. And I think that, like,
you know what the funniest thing about that is? Like, sometimes like white people will say stuff like that. Like, it's really not that hard to like not sound like the whitest person in the world when you're saying stuff like that. Like, if I was sitting there talking to somebody, I'd be like, yeah, you know, like the Biggie lyric where he's like, mo money, mo problems. You know what I mean? Like, you just say the shit. You know, it's like when it's when people I mean, let's be honest, white people in particular. It's when white people, they want to try to say it cool. So they sound weird by saying it. They start throwing an emphasis on it. Mo money, mo problems. You know what I mean? Like, just say it. Mo money, mo problems, bitch. That's it. You can say it and still sound like a normal person. You could even say it and sound cool. You know what I mean? But when you try to sound cool, you can't sound cool. You know what I mean? So when he says this mo money, mo problems, I was laughing my ass off. I was like, this guy has got to stop. Now, let's get back to it. Let's get back to the kink talk. You know, we can't stray away from the kink talk too much longer. This Armie Hammer we're talking about here. I'm not going to lie. I'm surprised that, like, he didn't. If I was Armie Hammer and I got on a podcast and people just started nailing me about, like, the shit that I got canceled for, I would be like, I know that was a big thing, and, like, I'll talk about it for a little bit, but I would like to talk about my podcast, you know what I mean? Maybe what I'm doing now, you know? Like, can we kind of, like, stray away from that at least a little bit, please?
About it. I don't talk to anybody about any of my shit. I'm just like, this is not a safe place for me to experiment or whatever. So
when you're first doing it, though, are you just experimenting yourself, or are you actually with someone who knows what's up?
No, I bought a mannequin.
You did?
From like a department store. Yeah, I bought a mannequin.
Smart.
But did you read up on the
Yeah, there's books and YouTube videos. And
yeah, let's get some ropes.
There you go.
It does look beautiful, actually, in the documentary.
Well, the
I would
idea
love to
of
I was like,
it
oh, that's really...
Listen to these guys. Like, this is crazy, bro. Tom and Christina might actually have, like, a new best friend. To sit there and go, like, to be like, how did you learn how to tie ropes, man? Like, was it hard for you to learn how to tie ropes like that? And he goes, oh, yeah, I just bought a mannequin. Like, that's how I ended up doing it. Like, imagine if this was coming out of Josh Potter's mouth. You guys know Josh Potter? That fucking crazy, like, A-boff looking freak. Imagine that. As a matter of fact, let me show you guys what I'm talking about here, because I'm not sure if you guys, like, actually know who Josh Potter is, right? So I'm gonna give you a picture of Josh Potter so I can kind of give you that, because this is kind of like a little bit of that double standard that people talk about, you know? Like, when people go, oh, if it's the hot guy in the office that says, hey there, Tam, I'm trying to think of a woman's name without saying one that's like a girl that I actually know in real life. If like the hot guy in the office goes, hey there, Sasha, you looking good in those jeans today, right? And then nobody says anything. We're all cool, the guy's hot, right? But then the creepy janitor comes up and goes, hey there, Sasha, looking good in those jeans today. And then everyone fucking starts a whole goddamn thing. They're like, arrest this fucking creepy ass skinny fuck, right? This is kind of the same shit that we're talking about here. Like, the Josh Potter guy I'm talking about is another comedian, creepy as hell looking, right? Involved in a lot of sex work as well. He works with YMH a lot. He does their, like, behind the jeans when they do, like, the live streams talking about, like, the behind the scenes shit. Josh Potter does all that. This is what Josh Potter looks like. Now imagine, right? Imagine this guy is sitting here talking about buying mannequins to practice tying fucking ropes on them so he could tie bitches up in his goddamn apartment. Imagine that, right? But we're supposed to be cool with it because it's Armie Hammer, right? Like, we're just all cool because Armie Hammer's in the mix. That shit ain't cool to me, bro. Listen to this.
To teach you, like,
I've talked to people. I mean, now at this point, like, I don't talk to anybody about it. I don't talk to anybody about any of my shit. I'm just like, this is not a safe place for me to experiment or whatever. So
when you're first doing it, though, are you just experimenting yourself, or are you actually with someone who knows what's up?
No, I bought a mannequin.
You did?
From like a department store. Yeah, I bought a mannequin.
Look at how fucking, like, he's like so like happy with himself right here. I bought a mannequin. He's got a crazy voice. He's got like the manliest voice, bro. He's like, I bought a mannequin. They're like, how'd you learn how to tie ropes? He's like, I bought me a goddamn mannequin. I tied that bitch up 9 ways from Sunday. You know, this guy, like, he could be doing so much good in the world. He could be slamming puss with the best of them. You know what I mean? Instead, he's out there chaining bitches up, tying like hooks in their back and tying them off to the ceiling and shit. Come on, man. That's crazy talk. Like, imagine if that was Josh Potter. Like, listen to this shit that they're about to keep talking about. And like I said, picture that guy that I just showed you on the screen. Picture all of this coming out of his mouth.
Them shoving something into their ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, yes.
The time code's off. There we go again. Time code's off. Okay, let's get back to it. Imagine this is Josh Potter. He's talking a bunch of crazy sex stuff. Here we go.
But also, like, I thought about that, and then I was like, maybe this is onto something. But then I was like, okay, hold on. But also, like, have I learned nothing from like trusting strangers? And then also, is someone who sends a complete stranger a picture of like them shoving something into their ass?
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, yes, but is this a balanced, healthy person?
True.
Look, you see Tom's face? Even Tom was kind of like, where's he going with it? Like, Tom starts to get worried here. Tom's like, well, we might have made a mistake having this guy on.
Yes, but is this a...
See, look at Tom. Tom's like, but what? But what? Like, what do you mean, but? Here, buddy. Like, what are you saying here? Where are we going with this? You want a girl to send you Instagram messages of her shoving shit up her ass. Where are we going with this?
Balanced, healthy person.
True.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah. She's at least cool. You know,
Yeah.
she's cool.
I mean, she's down.
Yeah.
Am I balanced and healthy? I'm trying, but not really.
So have you developed a
Christina
pretty good
loves
gauge?
this. Christina's ready to throw it all away for Mr. Hammer. Look at the way she's laughing off of this guy. Tom might be in trouble. And in this interview, he was talking about how he's working again in Hollywood. He was saying he's turning jobs down. They got him back in the mix. He was saying how everyone in Hollywood, you know, normally they would look at a situation like this. They would go, that guy's a monster. Keep him away. He's saying now everyone's looking at him like, damn, man, Armie Hammer got fucked, bro. Like, he shouldn't have got it did to him the way he got it did to him. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's working again. So Tom might be in trouble, dude. He gets a couple good roles. Christina might be S&Ds and getting tied up quicker than you think.
You know?
Yeah. She's at least cool. You know,
Yeah.
she's cool.
I mean, she's down.
Yeah.
Am I balanced and healthy? I'm trying, but not really.
So have you
Look at
developed
that.
a pretty good gauge?
That's worrying.
For like, here's someone that I can pursue.
No, my picker is terrible. Like, my picker is broken.
So what do you do?
Imagine that. Imagine Josh Potter sitting there talking on the screen going, yeah, man, I think it'd be cool, dude, if I got like a Instagram DM from a girl. She was shoving like a bunch of stuff up her ass. You know? It'd be real cool, man. She's shoving like a glass porcupine up her ass. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm into it, bro. Like, this is crazy. And I listened to this guy.
And hold my fart like a bong rip.